Hey guys, Dr. Ben here. Let's talk about the immune system. Let's talk about things that you can do today that you may not be thinking about, that you may be sitting there going, you know what, I've tried my D and I've tried getting good sleep and C and zinc and all these different things that people are talking about, and yet there's more things that you can do. So stick with us here, and I'm going to get into some of the top things that I like to do personally for myself, for my family, that we do day in and day out to help our immune system be as strong as possible. And these are some of the things that you may not be thinking about that aren't going to be catching headlines, even in some of the natural news articles and some of those things. So here we go. The immune system is going to be a huge, huge part of fighting off anything that comes at us. Of course, we're worried about COVID, but we're also thinking about other viruses, colds and flus and bacteria, all types of different things. How can we keep our bodies as strong as possible? How can we keep our kids' bodies as strong as possible? Because nobody wants to get sick. Hey Chris, great to see you. Go ahead and pop down below where you guys are watching from. Give a shout out. We'll give you a thumbs up, and we love seeing people all over the country, all over the world. We've got tens of thousands of people watching these videos, and it's just great to see everybody on there. So if you've got any questions about your immune system, go and put those down below as well. And even after the video plays, we keep an eye on it, and we will keep looking at that. Hey, Mary Beth in Ohio and Julie in Wyoming. So here we go. Let's get into it. So everybody out there, you're taking your C and your zinc and your vitamin D, and you're doing some different things, but I want to get into specifically some of the stuff that you're probably missing out on, some things that you're not doing day in and day out. And so one of the first that I look at is bone broth. And bone broth is just like it sounds. You can make it at home, where you throw in a chicken carcass into the crock pot and let it go on low for 24 hours. You can do it with beef bones. We just got a quarter of bison, and so we're able to throw that in. Hey, Becky in Ohio, Nancy in Steamboat, and Susan in West Virginia. So bone broth is going to be something that you can make, tons of recipes online, but bone broth is great for a lot of different things. I like to not just get like, here, cut up this section of bone, but get the end with the joints in it, and that joint is going to have this collagenous protein, which is going to get into that liquid. You're going to be able to drink it. You can put it into soups, things like that. So bone broth is great. The number one reason why bone broth is really, really good for your immune system is it does wonders for your gut and your gut lining. That gut lining, if we've got any leaky gut, I had a patient a couple of weeks ago, she asked, does everybody have leaky gut? I go, well, maybe not everybody, but of autoimmune patients, probably 99% of autoimmune patients have it, and so we figure that 1% probably needs some support on their gut, even if they don't have full leaky gut, so we jump in anybody that's got autoimmune. But that immune system needs a good gut lining. What happens is, if we're getting things into the bloodstream too early, it's creating this immune inflammatory cascade, and it's revving up that immune system. We're not going to be attacking things appropriately. So bone broth, you can also get bone broth in a powder form. That's what I have in here, chocolate bone broth, which a lot of people are like, that sounds kind of weird, but chocolate bone broth. Ancient Nutrition will put a link down for Ancient Nutrition chocolate bone broth. I think they've got that on Amazon, so we'll throw that up there for you guys. You can try that. I put it in with a little bit of green tea, which I'll be talking about next. Put it in with some coconut oil, blend that up, and then I drink on it throughout the morning. Don't let it go too long. If it's like 12 hours in that mug, it does start smelling like old bones, but it's really, really good and good for you. So bone broth, if you're not doing bone broth on a regular basis, huge for the immune system. Is there a difference in bone broth source? So if you're looking at, should I get this package from Costco in this liquid form versus in a powder form? Ideally making your own would be best. Getting some wild animal, elk, deer, bison, whatever it is, and making that bone broth would be best. But I don't have a lot of that in my wheelhouse right now, so There we go. Kimmy, do you have any suggestions for organic collagen supplements? So bone broth does have collagen in it as well. Especially if you're getting it from the collagenous joint surface there. So I know Ancient Nutrition, Dr. Axe's brand, they source their bone broth, their animals and their meat or bones for their bone broth. They're sourcing that from sources. They're not certified organic, but they raise them the exact same way. So that's what we use in our house. If better way than sauerkraut if you have high blood pressure. I'll get back to some of these questions here. I want to get through some of these, but we will be answering these questions. Number 2, so bone broth is number 1. Number 2 is green tea. Green tea is huge for immune system support. It's got antiviral benefits and it's got antifungal. So a good quality green tea source. And we can pop one up there on the link as well. But a good quality green tea source is going to be huge for the immune system. It nourishes the immune system. It helps modulate that immune response, so it can turn up the immune system, turn down the immune system, and it has some really good antiviral properties. Anybody out there drinking green tea on a regular basis? Give me a thumbs up. Tell me what kind you like there. Number 3. We're going to talk about probiotics. So a lot of people think about probiotics, they're thinking about gut, and they're thinking about digestion. There's some thumbs up. Some of you guys are drinking green tea. So probiotics build, a lot of the vitamins are built in the gut. So our fat-soluble vitamins, a lot of different things, we actually build those and produce those in our gut. The good amount of probiotics and good bacteria in the gut is going to help us detoxify our colon, which is going to help us eliminate better. And here's the big part of it is the liver is detoxifying certain things that are stressing our immune system. Hormones, toxins, a lot of things. It bundles those up and then it goes into the digestive tract. And if our microbiome is out of balance, if we don't have enough good stuff, if the bad stuff is too high, then we're going to unbundle those packaged toxins and we're not going to be able to release them out. So probiotics, absolutely crucial. Number 4, limit alcohol. A lot of people don't want to hear this, especially over COVID time and all that. People drank a whole lot more, but alcohol consumption, especially more than 1 or 2 glasses a night, is going to decrease your immune system. Absolutely 100% of the time. For me, I've gotten to a point where unless something is adding value to my body, to my life, which alcohol doesn't a lot, I don't drink much anymore. Maybe a couple times a year, because I'm not going to drink to get drunk. So that's not my intention there. I don't really need to relax from alcohol. It's not like, ooh, I had a stressful day, I need a glass of wine. And otherwise, I'd just as much like to drink some bubbly water as a beer or whatever else. So, if you are drinking alcohol, I encourage you to do this. Think about why you're drinking. And is it to relax yourself? Is it to shut it down? If so, you've got to figure out other ways to relax your body and to deal with the stress at hand. Hey, Paula, good to see you. So if you are drinking, you've got to figure out why you are drinking. And if it's because of stress, you've got to figure out what is going on in there. Hey, Michelle, good to see you. So limit your alcohol. Maybe occasionally, but think about this. Is it adding value to your life? Number 5, we've got a sauna. So we've talked about this before. The little portable saunas, your head's sticking out. They're a few $100s, but it's great, especially to boost that immune system once or twice a week, just on a regular basis. And then if you are coming down with something, you jump into that and you get that built up as much as possible, get that immune system going. So heat therapy is really, really helpful. So if you can get the one at home, that's great. Otherwise, if you have a sauna close by, that's going to be helpful as well. And then number 6, Is this 6? Yes, number 6. This one is going to be, again, a little bit outside of what you guys are doing, but using a tanning bed. We actually have a portable unit that hangs over the door, and this is going to have our bodies make vitamin D. So if you don't have one yourself, you can go to a tanning bed even once a week is going to be good. Yes, that's an infrared sauna, the little personal ones. And we'll put a link down below, Matt, as well, some of the ones that we like and use ourselves. So the portable tanning beds are great if you don't have that down the street. If you've got a tanning bed, once a week, you're not going to get skin cancer, but especially from here through April, when we're not getting much sun in most parts of this country, you need to be able to make that vitamin D. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, don't do tanning beds, you're going to get skin cancer. Yes, if you're doing it every day for an hour and getting like leather skin, sure, that can be a major problem, but otherwise, use that as a way for your body to build up vitamin D. Way better to build your vitamin D up naturally than take a supplement, but for a lot of people that can't do it just from being outside or being in a tanning bed, that's where the supplements come into play, and that's going to be a huge part of the immune system. It's relaxing, warm, and you get your vitamin D out of it. So great place to go. You can listen to your, put your little AirPods in and listen to your audiobook, whatever it is that you're working on at that time, relaxation time, everything. So bone broth, start adding that in on a regular basis. Green tea, drink a cup a day is going to be great, good, usable, quality source there. Probiotics, you've got to get that microbiome in a good balance. You're going to limit your alcohol. Really, if you're doing it to, like someone just said, for heart health, there's really not that much benefit from having a glass of wine every night. And then, yeah, there you go. I drink wild blueberries, coconut water, coconut oil, and lime juice. That sounds pretty cool, Susan. You want to use a sauna on a regular basis, and especially if you come down with something, and then think about using tanning bed, or especially this time of year when you're not going to be getting outside, when you're not going to be getting that good sun, especially you guys in the upper Midwest, in the Northeast, things like that, where you are not getting your sun. Think about tanning bed, and you can even get the portable one. So awesome, guys. Love having you on. If you got any other questions, we'll be answering those all down below, so keep your eye out for those answers. And there's some links in there as well for some of our favorite things that we do at home. Keep that immune system strong. Get outside of just the AC, zinc, D, all of those basic things that we're doing. You've got to start branching out and using some other things to get your immune system working well. So love having you guys on. Make it a great week. Take care.